White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. She continues to embarrass herself on the daily. She's got one of the most important jobs. She's got to bullshit for the Trump administration every single day. Let's watch this video.
They are enjoying their lowest approval rating ever because this is who they are trying to represent. These far left activists who don't stand for anything. They only stand against Donald Trump, and they hate, as you just heard from that one individual who wished death upon the president of the United States. They not just hate him, they hate the nearly 80 million Americans who elected to vote him. The Democrats have officially become the party of crazy.
So, Caroline Leavitt, she uses this very age-old tactic of shifting the blame. This is what Republicans love to do, right? I mean, they love shifting the blame onto the Democrats. So this is, her trying to use the Tesla, burnings to say that, well, we're not the ones who are crazy, even though, our defense secretary is leaking bombings in group chats online. But the Democrats, don't worry, guys. The Democrats are the crazy ones. We are the party of cool now, guys. What I want to just continue to show is just how her rambling on really only makes them look worse. I mean, and it's almost like if you really weren't paying attention to what she was saying and you were kind of just walking by, you could probably be like, oh, wow, she seems like she might have an idea what she's doing, or at least she has like a control of the press, maybe. But if you actually sit down and start watching it, you're like, what the heck is going on?
I want to point out one thing, that the president, everybody in Washington, whether they want to admit it or not, knows that this president is right when it comes to tariffs and when it comes to trade. In fact, Democrats have long said...
Okay, wait. So President Trump is right. Caroline Leavitt says President Trump is right. What is he right about? He's just right about the tariffs in general? But what are the tariffs supposed to do for us other than we're going to stick it to China? So what is going on here? And see what I just talked about, how she's just going back to the Democrats. I mean, look at this. It's just hilarious.
Democrats,
like, what are the Democrats like living in your walls or something? Like,
have long said that the United States of America has been ripped off by the countries around the world. They just don't want to admit it now because it's President Trump who is saying that. In June, I do just want to point out one...
Because it's President Trump that's saying that. We just don't want to admit that Trump's a genius just because it's him saying it. Just kind of like how the Democrats are at fault for everything. It's almost like kind of the same thing. Caroline Leavitt has a tendency to really freak out when she's asked hard questions. Particularly, she has kind of a beef with Caitlin Collins, CNN anchor and reporter. So whenever Caitlin Collins approaches Caroline Leavitt in the press room with a question, Caroline Leavitt is always afraid to answer and always tries to shift the blame onto the reporter, and she'll say always something like, like, I don't have to answer your question, something stupid like that. Just take a look at this.
On something you just said, but since we have these messages released, and you said that the president has now personally reviewed them, at the chat, at one point, Pete Hegseth wrote, 1415 strike drones on target, and in all caps he said, this is when the first bombs will definitely drop. Does the president feel that he was misled by his national security advisors, whoever it was that told him there was no classified information in there, now that he's seen these messages?
I've now been asked and answered this question 3 times by the both of you, and I've given you my answer. The president feels the same today as he did yesterday.
Okay, this is like when your mom is like, you've asked me if you can hang out with your friends this many times, you gotta just stop. But she's the White House press secretary. This is your job. You're like telling the whole entire world what's happening. Why are you always being so hostile when you're asked a question? It's absurd. I don't understand how this is even allowed to be like that.
Philip.
On my follow-up on what you had just
No,
said.
go ahead, Philip. Caitlin, I'm not taking your follow-up. Philip, go
I have
ahead.
a follow-up on something you just said, though, Caroline. That's
Caitlin,
regarding
I'm not
Jeffrey
taking your
Goldsberg.
follow-up.
No, Caitlin, you just gotta shut up, all right? Caroline Leavitt is speaking, all right? Jeez, the hell, man. This is again here. Caroline Leavitt is shifting the blame to the Democrats. She's on Jesse Waters' prime time. She has a chance to maybe explain herself, maybe explain the Trump administration, their policies, something like that. But instead, we see her talk about protesters flooding the streets. Like, what? Protesters? What the heck? Let's take a look at this.
After those videos, Jesse, I'm not sure if I should laugh or cry that this is the current state of the modern day Democrat Party. The Democrat Party has been completely captivated by these far left lunatics. And I'm not sure which Democrat on Capitol
Far left lunatics, guys. That is the name of my channel. Well, not far left, but radical left lunatics. If you want to join us, please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you.
Hill is going to stand up and be the sensible voice, but I won't hold my breath, and best of luck to them.
Oh my god. Okay, this video is her being kind of roasted in a way. By the way, this reporter is asking about the Maryland man who was essentially deported because he is a MS-13 gang member, which he's not, by the way. And this is our White House press secretary here saying that, oh, he was a ringleader for the gang.
Thing that you said to Jeff a few minutes ago, you said you'd seen evidence that this man was a convicted gang member. In what court was he convicted and for what?
This individual was an MS-13 ringleader. This individual was also engaged in human trafficking. And I'm glad you brought up this point again, because I would like to point out that if you just saw the headline from the insane failing Atlantic magazine this morning, you would...
Again, shifting the blame. You were asked a damn question of why this guy was deported, and you go, this failing Atlantic press, it's... Just shut up and answer the question.
I think this individual was Father of the Year, living in Maryland, living a peaceful life, when that couldn't be further from the truth. They didn't even mention in the title of that article, or even in the first paragraph, that this individual is an illegal criminal who broke our nation.
Fact check, he is not. Oh my gosh. It's funny to watch her talk, but it really is kind of scary and depressing. Like, I mean, it is funny, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like scary. So everybody, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm saying it twice because I want to keep building this channel, keep building independent news sources like myself instead of being reliant on legacy media. So if you want to join the movement, please make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.